Good afternoon, my guys, kings and queens, man. Coming at y'all with a vlog number two. You know, my brother Ben, Ben Quan, put me on this app called Anchor, which is an app that allows you to communicate with people. Basically, just hold the phone up to your ear and communicate with people, and relay messages to one another across the world and stuff like that. So currently, he's interviewing me, and we're doing an interview on relationships and stuff like that. So I just thought I would put this on camera and let my subscribers see, give them a live look in as to what it is we're talking about. And keep in mind, this is in the middle of the interview, so it's already started. So I've already answered some questions that weren't on camera, unfortunately, but we're just gonna pick up where we left off.
All right, so we have our first question from Angel from Facebook. Her question is, what if you found everything you wanted in a person, but that person isn't ready for a relationship? Should you keep talking to them, or should you let them go?
In my opinion, man, you just gotta let them go. Because at the end of the day, you can't force somebody to want something that you want just because you want it. You hear me? And doing that and trying to force somebody to adjust to what you want, that could lead to them half-ass doing it, and that could lead to you not getting all of them. Like, I know if I'm dealing with somebody but I don't want what they want, it's just never gonna work. That's how situationships get started and stuff like that, and you get stuck dealing with people that you don't really want to deal with. And that's why the best route to go is to just end it. You don't want to be in any kind of compromising positions where now you're dealing with this person, now you got a kid with this person or whatever with this person. So it's best to just end it and just let it go on what it is and let it be what it be.
But what if it's a situation to where the man isn't ready for the relationship and the woman is, but he actually likes the girl. He's still trying to get to know her. He still likes her. But at the same time, he's not ready to take it to the same level that she is, because the woman could be making a mistake by leaving him alone, because if she leave him alone, she might be missing out on a good guy that she actually likes, but he's just not ready at that moment. So what do you think about that?
And that's why communication is so key. It's important to be on the same page as your partner. It's totally understandable for a woman to, wait it out and give a guy time, and wait for him to get to that point. But after so long, people get tired of waiting. And at some point, you begin to waste each other's time. And somewhere along the road during a relationship, you all have got to come to a common ground and as to where y'all stand and as to where y'all plan on going. Because without that common ground and without that understanding, it'll all be for nothing in the end.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you have a personal experience, or have you worked with somebody who had an experience or a situation to where you helped them? Can you kind of give us a detailed description on what they were going through and what you or that person did to get past that point?
I actually have had this personal experience, man. It was a couple years ago. I was dealing with a young lady that, I wasn't, it was a situation where she was attracted to me more so than I was attracted to her. She had more feelings for me than I had for her. And we began dealing with each other. And it's the same cycle. It's an inevitable cycle, man. You're dealing with somebody, if the feelings ain't mutual, if the long-term goals aren't mutual, then it just won't work. And what she wanted was, a relationship. She hit me with the infamous "what are we" question, and I was honest with her. I just told her we just friends and we're just this and that. And and she wasn't down with it. And she decided to remove herself from the situation, which I wasn't mad at. I don't blame her. She did what I advise all people to do when they're faced with that dilemma. Move on, because that's the only way. That's the only way to save yourself from a lot of heartache.
Yes, sir. Well, let's jump into the last segment of the show, which would be long-distance relationships. There are a lot of people right now who are in long-distance relationships because of one or many reasons. One can be college, one can be work. How does a couple strengthen that bond or strengthen that trust in one another, and knowing that that person still feels the same, or that person isn't cheating, or that person isn't changing feelings? How do those people keep that connection that they had when they were around each other?
Long distance relationships work. You know, I didn't believe that when I was younger, but as I grew older, man, I realized that they actually do work, and they're more common, you know, amongst individuals who are older, you know, more established, you know, out of high school and stuff like that. But they work. You know, it's a lot of trust involved, a lot of communication, a lot of consistency involved. You know, and it's important that people, even though you're long distance, it's important that you never, you know, be content with that. You know, you got to make plans to see one another. I have friends who have been in long distance relationships. They always, you know, once a month or once every couple of months, they're making flight arrangements and going to see that person. That's important, you know, making time for one another despite the fact that you do have that distance. So that's what it is, man. A lot of trust, a lot of communication, and a lot of sacrifices. If you're willing to do all that, then your long distance relationship should be fine.
Yes, sir, Brother Brent. Well, I thank you for your time. Go ahead and close everybody up with how they can reach you on all social media. And thank you for joining us on the Brother Ben X Show.
Hey, man, I enjoyed this interview, man. I appreciate your time, young God, my bro. You know, everybody that can reach me at Godz and Kings on YouTube. That's my channel. Godz with a Z, Kings with a Z. You can find me on Twitter at HotBoyBCollins. You can find me on Facebook at Brent J. Collins. And you can find me on Instagram at B Collins, you know. And like I said, man, thank you for the interview, bro. Hope we can do some more in the future. Look forward to linking up, doing business with you, man. Hey, it's just the beginning. But many more things to come, bro. We're going to stay prayed up, man. And we're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep prospering. Love.